Hey there, friends. So, where we last left off in my exciting little life here, in my scenario, remember, partially overlapping scenario universe is a very long way that Bucky Fuller used to describe his sort of spaghetti monster universe. You could say it's hyperdimensional, you could say whatever you want, but the idea of a scenario or a time tunnel as a sort of component is a good idea. You could almost say it's like a string theory, but that would just be like a joke spaghetti. And partially overlapping is like these cars are going by and seeing my car and I'm seeing them, and it's like, we get in touch with each other, right? So I've been dealing with the fact that I got a ticket on this car because I didn't have my stickers. I had the right parking, right? I did all that legal stuff, but then I forgot to deal with the main thing, which was every couple of years I have to go to a place called DEQ. So here's one of them. And I just came back from there, and the car has never yet failed, so I got the stickers. I haven't even put them on yet, but that's behind me. But I also paid property tax, which is that I could afford it at all was a miracle because it's really high. I'm paying like over $1,000 for like community and public school college kind of stuff, like state supported education, but they won't teach my ethnicity, right? Like I'm this Quaker guy who thinks that the United States, if it wants to be a successful nation, it needs to teach its own history. And part of that history is U.S. Medal of Freedom winner Bucky Fuller having a different way of teaching like grade school math around the concept of third power, second power. Very, very interesting philosophically. Something we could use in the college level to teach Wittgenstein and stuff about language games. But just in high school, where I'm paying lots of property tax and going to high schools too, by the way, like I go around, well, more to middle schools. Like I don't just sit and whine about this stuff. I reach out as a teacher, and you can tell if you've seen my YouTube channel that I've hardly been shy about trying to make up for what I see as a lack. What I see is no public schools at all. Because if you don't teach this very basic kind of American history, contemporary stuff, I hadn't really tuned this place in before. Then you're not really quiet guy. That's me. Trying to make me stop talking. I'm not a Scientologist. Headquarters. Stop guy. Okay, back to rants. So I've been going to schools, but not specifically to teach any Bucky stuff, right? Sometimes I'll bring my C60 along. And some summer school, yeah, we actually made an activity out of doing stuff with C60. But for the most part, I'm just teaching like computer stuff. And there's other videos here you can watch to see what I do. And, I make allusions here and there to American history. I feel like I still get a word in edgewise now and then. But for the most part, it's kind of a sham show where a corporate conglomerate sort of grunch of giants is puppeting the US in a phony way to make it very unbelievable because it doesn't teach core stuff. Like I'm not buying it. This is no US I recognize. And as a Quaker, I can do that. I can be outside the sort of on the sidelines. Like when slavery was happening, I was like, this may be legal according to the Supreme Court, but I'm not buying this as my future for America. So, the Quakers were going west a lot because they were seen as subversive because they didn't, even if they were quiet and didn't say anything about you having slaves, if you had them, you felt judged by these Quakers who thought they were better than you. So maybe we should drive them out of town, which maybe they did. So there's a lot of Quakers that moved west to places like Indiana and stuff. Anyway, a little bit of history there. We're still, like I'm saying, a bit alienated by the militarism and now by the lack of a coherent justification for not teaching American history. That's a major concern. And that goes with the math, by the way. I'm saying you got to keep the math. It's enough. No more articles about Bucky without tetravolumes. Not one. To make up for all these years of dome, 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 dome. That's crap. Dome's a cool thing. We love the dome, but stop missing the point. Yeah? All right. Talk to you again soon.